All right, yeah. Calvin's. This is Calvin's Patreon request. We done a couple Zappa play Zappa, and it's impressive. Although he does have some band members, but yeah, still, it's impressive. You can recreate what Zappa did, full stop. But yeah, this is Calvin's request because I think they played a bit of the Black Page, or maybe did play it in that last live we did. And I said, I don't, of all the talk I've heard of the Black Page, I don't think I've actually heard someone play it all the way through anyway. But yeah, then Calvin sent this. Yeah, Zappa plays Zappa. Like I say, we've done a couple. It's his son, which I have to say, he does an exceptional job. You can tell he's been a real fan of his dad's music because he's got it down. But yeah, yeah, Zappa plays Zappa, the Black Page 1, number 1 and 2.
Heard the Black Page, number 1, the drum solo. Now it is time for us to play the Black Page, number 2. This requires a special guest to enter the stage. Please welcome the Italian virtuoso himself, Steve Vai.
I can only imagine, like when the whole band, when Steve Vai come out and the guitar solo started and that sound kicked off. As soon as you hear that, you go Zap. Also, I have to say his voice, although Zappa's much deeper, the way his voice sounds is exactly like his dad. It really reminded me of the kind of, well, not quite the central scrutinized, but when Zappa does his talking bits. But yeah, when that music kicked in, I thought I could only imagine, like, to be a true Zappa fan and have followed him all the way through. Then he passes away, and really, you must have thought to yourself, you're never gonna see anything like that again. You're never gonna hear that live again. You're never gonna, yeah. And then just hearing when the whole band properly kicked in behind Steve Vai, you just instantly go, "That's Zappa. That's Zappa." So I could only imagine of someone who's a true fan, then lost him and his performances and his whole world. You've only got what you've got from then on. To then hear about this, probably think, yeah, but is it, who's really gonna reach that on stage? And then hearing them, and they do an incredible job because it made me feel happy as soon as I heard that. It was like Zappa was alive. Do you know what I mean? It was like it was so Zappa. But yeah, I wouldn't even call the Black. That's not a piece of music. The first bit, like, because of all the talk about it, it was Zappa's thing to give people when they first come, and a bit like, say, if you go for a job, they ask you um, maths and English questions that get progressively harder as it goes along, and then from that they can gauge where you where you are on the kind of run of things from them questions, from the point that you start getting them all wrong and whatever, so they can kind of gauge your intelligence. That's what the Black Page is. I don't think it's a piece of music. It's a musical test. I think more the Zappa, and you can see how it worked because like that would be nigh on impossible to do the first. But then I don't know. I don't read music, so I don't know how well someone who really can read music could. But I would imagine even still, from play it like I can play songs either by ear or having the chords, but I could only imagine it's you can't do it that instantly. It's too much. It would have to be something you play multiple times, which is why I think it must just be, yeah, like a or the beat test thing, the beat test thing you do at school, where you run up and down the thing and you've got to get to the other side before the beep goes off, and then they gauge your fitness. Like it feels more like that than just a piece of music, because I can't. Although I can't remember which drummer said it, but said he done her like pretty much played it straight away. So I guess there are people that can, but you see, like I'm talking about the first drum bit. I don't think my brain would work that fast. I don't even think my brain would work that fast if I trained it for now for the next 50 years. The timings and the yeah, but you can see where that would be a great piece to give someone to gauge not how well they can play an instrument, but how well they can actually read music and interpret it in the moment. Yeah. But yeah, once that passed and the band come out, like I say, when Steve Vai come out and the band just that like you just hear it and you go, yeah, Zappa. That's Zappa all right. Yeah. I could only imagine the Zappa is proud looking down at what his son's doing because his son really does a good job. Like Yeah, and a good job on something that's not easy. But yeah, no, this was fire, and now I can officially say I've heard the whole Black Page. Although I think I have probably over documentaries and lives probably heard the whole thing, but I don't think I've ever heard it just run all the way through like that. I don't know. Maybe I have, but yeah, yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. But yeah, fire. But yeah, that's the reaction.